Breaking news out of the NBA, and it's huge for the Golden State Warriors. The league has officially introduced 2 new foul rules for the 2025-26 season, and guess what? They might change the game, especially for Stephen Curry. The first rule, the high five rule. From now on, defenders can't hit a shooter's hand during the shooting motion, not even a little touch. The second rule, the delayed contact rule. If a player is hit after releasing the ball even a full second later, it still counts as a foul. That's right, contact after the release is no longer ignored. And for someone like Steph Curry, the master of high-arching, quick-release jumpers, these new rules could open the floodgates. Steve Kerr, the mastermind behind Golden State's dynasty, spoke about it immediately. He said, "The biggest one is the high five rule. Defenders were literally high-fiving shooters after the release. That's no longer allowed. For years, Curry and other shooters have been slapped, tapped, and brushed on the follow-through no call. But now, that's a foul. It means defenders can't crowd the arc as tightly as before. And that means more space for shooters. More freedom for Steph. More buckets. Curry has always played under immense pressure. Traps, doubles, blitzes, body contact, all designed to slow him down. Now, with stricter foul protection, defenders will have to think twice before reaching or touching. This isn't just a small tweak. It's a shift in the balance of power favoring skill, touch, and precision. Let's be honest, no one benefits more than Steph Curry. He's the greatest shooter the league has ever seen. His release is lightning fast. His follow-through? Legendary. Now imagine Curry shooting knowing the refs are protecting his hands and wrists. He can extend his motion fully, finish naturally, and trust that contact won't go uncalled. Expect Curry's free throw attempts to rise. Expect his three-point percentage to climb. Expect his confidence already off the charts to become untouchable. And for the Warriors' offense, that's a nightmare for every defense in the league. The spacing improves. The rhythm returns. The Warriors' motion system, the one built on timing, cuts, and ball movement, just got turbocharged. Steve Kerr said it best. Protecting shooters is the theme. And nobody deserves that more than Steph. But it's not just Curry. These new rules could reshape the way Golden State plays basketball. Klay Thompson, another elite shooter, gets extra room to land. Moses Moody, young, athletic, and growing into his role, can finally take fearless jumpers. Even rookies like Podziemski benefit, learning to shoot without worrying about wrist contact. Defenders will back off slightly. That half step of space is everything for Golden State's offense. The ball will move faster. Screens will hit harder. And when Curry and Klay start raining threes again, the Chase Center might explode. Now let's switch gears to something lighter. Over the offseason, Moses Moody went viral for a hilarious reason. He was back home in Little Rock, Arkansas, playing pickup basketball at a local park. A few guys thought they recognized him and whispered, "Yo, is that Moses Moody from the Warriors?" But here's the twist: Moody was only using his left hand. He'd undergone thumb surgery on his right hand after tearing a ligament late last season. He was still recovering, but he couldn't stay away from the game. So he played left-handed. He airballed a few shots. And the guys watching said, "Nah, that's not him." Little did they know that was him. A real NBA player, playing with one hand, just because he missed the game that much. That story tells you everything about Moses Moody's heart. He's competitive. He's fearless. And now, fully healthy, he's looking to prove he belongs in the Warriors' future core. Inside the Warriors' facility, the mood is focused. Curry, Draymond, Klay, the core is still locked in. But there's a new sense of urgency. The team knows this window isn't open forever. Curry's turning 37 soon, yet his energy is unreal. Kerr has adjusted the playbook, integrating younger guys while keeping the vets sharp. You'll see more off-ball action. More screen manipulation. More trust in the bench unit, Moody, Kuminga, and Podziemski. And the new foul rules? They'll practice around them. Expect drills focusing on clean contests, proper hand placement, and safe closeouts. The Warriors are already planning how to weaponize these rule changes. Fans are buzzing. Some say the NBA just handed Curry another MVP season. Others argue the league is making it too easy for shooters. But the truth? Basketball evolves. And the league is always finding ways to protect its most skilled players, to make the game cleaner, safer, and more spectacular. And when Curry's shooting deep threes without worrying about a slap on the wrist, everyone wins. As the 2025-26 season begins, the Golden State Warriors find themselves at another turning point. They're older, but smarter. Experienced, but still hungry. And now, the rules themselves seem to favor their style of play. Stephen Curry has already changed basketball once. Now, he might do it again. Because when you protect the greatest shooter of all time, you might just unleash another Warriors revolution. The NBA offseason is always full of speculation, but this year, one name keeps popping up in the headlines for the Golden State Warriors: Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat. Reports from Brett Siegel of Clutch Points suggest that if Adebayo ever requests a trade, the Warriors would be among the top teams interested in acquiring him. Why is Bam so intriguing to Golden State? His skill set mirrors that of Draymond Green but with an added scoring punch. He is a three-time All-Star with a versatile defensive game, capable of guarding multiple positions and anchoring the paint. Offensively, he can create his own shot, pass effectively, and stretch the floor. In short, he is the kind of player who could transform Golden State's championship window from great to nearly unstoppable. For fans, the idea of Bam joining the Warriors conjures exciting scenarios: Curry driving and kicking out to Adebayo spotting up for a mid-range jumper, or Green and Adebayo forming a defensive tandem that could shut down almost any opponent. Even though a trade is purely speculative, the prospect alone changes the narrative around Golden State's strategy this season. Last season, Bam averaged 18.1 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 4.3 assists per game, showcasing both scoring and playmaking. His ability to contribute across multiple statistical categories makes him unique among big men in today's NBA. If he were to join the Warriors, the team would essentially be adding a secondary playmaker. Imagine the floor spacing with Curry on the perimeter, Seth Curry or Klay Thompson spotting up, and Bam rotating as both a defensive anchor and a facilitator. This would allow Stephen Curry to focus more on scoring while maintaining offensive flow. Defensively, Bam's presence would mean strong rim protection, ability to switch onto guards in pick-and-roll situations, more freedom for Green to act as a defense general elsewhere on the floor. In short, Bam would bring balance to a team that has previously struggled when opponents target the paint or exploit mismatches. His skill set perfectly complements Golden State's existing stars and could fill gaps left by previous seasons. Acquiring Bam Adebayo would not just be a personnel upgrade, it would be a strategic shift. The Warriors would become more versatile defensively, capable of running multiple small ball and traditional lineups, less reliant on Draymond Green to cover every defensive mismatch. From a coaching perspective, Steve Kerr would gain new flexibility. With Bam on the floor, Kerr could play faster in transition without sacrificing rim protection, use off-ball movement more effectively with Curry and the shooting guards, mix in heavier lineups against dominant centers in the West. This trade, however, raises questions. Would Golden State have to give up draft picks, young talent, or rotation players? Could the team chemistry adapt quickly enough to integrate Bam's style without disrupting the existing core of Curry, Green? Social media has been ablaze with speculation. Warriors fans are dreaming about a potential super trio of Curry, Butler, and Adebayo, while Heat fans worry about losing a cornerstone player. Pundits have weighed in on ESPN, NBA TV, and multiple podcasts, discussing how Bam's defensive versatility could change Golden State's playoff outlook, whether Adebayo would fit in the Warriors' fast-paced offense, potential matchups against Western Conference rivals like the Lakers, Clippers, and Nuggets. The media angle also adds pressure to the front office. Every comment from Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, or team insiders is scrutinized for hints about trade possibilities. For the Warriors, the mere presence of trade rumors can impact fan expectations and ticket sales. Let's imagine Bam Adebayo joins Golden State. What changes immediately? Offense. Curry gains a high-IQ big man who can initiate offense from the post. Floor spacing improves with Adebayo capable of shooting mid-range jumpers. Playmaking becomes more diversified. Defense. Bam teams up with Green to anchor the paint. Switch-heavy defense becomes even more effective. Opponents find fewer mismatches in transition. Team chemistry. Integrating Bam's personality and play style with Butler, Curry, and Green will be crucial. Communication on rotations and defensive assignments must be seamless. Veteran leadership from Horford and Payton too helps stabilize adjustments. Long-term outlook. The Warriors become immediate title contenders. Adebayo's presence opens options for future trades or roster moves. Contract management and salary cap considerations will influence next offseason moves. While a trade remains speculative, Golden State's interest in Bam Adebayo signals that the franchise is serious about maintaining championship contention. The Warriors have always been strategic in their moves, targeting players who fit the system rather than just big names. Whether or not the trade happens, these rumors highlight the Warriors' commitment to improvement. Keep fans engaged and excited for the season. Set the stage for a possible historic roster configuration. For now, Warriors fans will continue to follow updates closely, eagerly anticipating news from the front office, while analysts dissect every possible scenario. If Bam Adebayo does join the team, Golden State could very well redefine their path to another NBA championship. The Golden State Warriors are entering the 2025-26 NBA season with a fresh sense of optimism, a blend of excitement, and of course, some uncertainty. After an offseason filled with questions, from Jonathan Kuminga's contract situation to the never-ending chatter about the team's aging core, the front office finally made its moves. And now, we have the new pieces in place: Seth Curry, Al Horford, and Anthony Melton. This is not just about filling roster spots. It's about giving Steve Kerr the tools to keep this team competitive in a brutal Western Conference. The Warriors' championship window has not yet shut, but it is clearly narrowing. And so, every move matters. Today, we dive deep into the pros, the cons, the risks, and the potential rewards of these new additions, and what they mean for the Warriors' pursuit of another championship run. Golden State walked into this summer knowing that flexibility would be key. Mike Dunleavy Jr., now firmly in charge of the front office, had to juggle multiple priorities: settle the Kuminga matter, build around the 9 players already under contract, and fill in the gaps with veterans who could immediately contribute. It took time. Negotiations dragged on. Fans grew restless. But finally, on the eve of training camp, the Warriors locked in their choices: Seth Curry, Al Horford, and Anthony Melton. Alongside returning pieces like Gary Payton II and Kuminga, the Warriors believe they have assembled a squad ready to contend. But does the roster truly put them on par with Western Conference powerhouses like Oklahoma City, Denver, and Minnesota? Let's start with Seth Curry. The younger brother of Stephen Curry comes to Golden State with a very clear purpose: shooting. And not just ordinary shooting, elite, high-percentage, playoff-proven shooting. Seth has made a career of stretching defenses, punishing second units, and knocking down threes at a clip very few in NBA history can match. Seth is a career 43.3% three-point shooter, ranking second among active players. Last season, he led the NBA with a stunning 45.6% from deep. In the playoffs, his efficiency remains strong, hovering around 46.8%. This is not just consistency, it's deadly precision. For a team that thrives on spacing, Seth provides Kerr with lineup combinations that can terrify defenses. Imagine lineups where Steph, Seth, and Brandon Podziemski share the floor. Defenders would be pulled in every direction.